An animal rights group is calling for Tegel to be prosecuted over the treatment of its chickens at one of its farms. The Ministry for Primary Industries visited the Helensville farm, what's that, just northwest of Auckland, on Friday, and is reviewing footage of apparently dead and deformed chickens. But Tegel says the footage is selective and doesn't paint a true picture of the farm. Eva Corlett filed this report, and just a warning if you're watching that some of the footage may be distressing.
In the footage, tens of thousands of chickens gleam under the bright lights of fluorescent bulbs. They scramble to peck from the yellow plastic feeders that run the length of the shed as long as a football field. The next shots are gruesome. A chicken on its back, struggling to get itself up. Its wings raw, splayed and trampled on. A decomposing bird at the foot of a feeder. Chicks with lame legs and festering beaks. Direct Animal Action Group spokesperson Deirdre Sims says the public is often left in the dark about animal welfare.
We just took a look behind closed doors of Tegel's farm and exposed some pretty graphic suffering that we found incredibly shocking, and we felt that it was really important that New Zealand was able to see this.
The group managed to walk in through an unlocked door to film during 2 visits in the last month. Ms Sims says maltreatment of this kind comes down to, quote, sheer laziness.
There's a code of welfare for meat chickens which says that the farmers must go through their farms on a daily basis, remove dead bodies, humanely destroy chickens that are clearly suffering. And, you know, from what we witnessed, this particular farm was not doing that.
She wants Tegel prosecuted for failing to meet welfare standards.
Chickens with large open wounds, putrid, rotting dead bodies, chickens laying on their back, unable to access food and water. So from our point of view, if MPI don't prosecute over that, we will be disappointed.
Ms Sims says this is a black mark against Tegel's application for a mega farm in Northland. Last week, the company suspended its application to raise 9 million chickens a year on land south of Dargaville, saying it wished to address local government concerns. The local community has widely opposed the development of the farm. Tegel rejects the accusation that it doesn't look after its birds. In a written statement, the company says the video only showed a small number of chickens and isn't an accurate representation of the farm. The company says staff check the sheds every day and any animals that are unwell or have abnormalities are immediately removed. An SPCA spokesperson, Anya Dale, says the footage isn't necessarily indicative of wider industry issues, but says it does show that it's highly unlikely the sheds have been checked daily.
What we saw in that footage is not how anyone would want their meat chicken farmed, and certainly is not what society would expect in New Zealand. That level of suffering is unacceptable, and certainly we're very pleased that the Ministry for Primary Industries, that's been investigated by them.
Dr Dale says Tegel doesn't receive SPCA's blue tick of farming welfare approval, but she couldn't explain why due to a confidentiality agreement. Tegel says MPI visited the farm on Friday and didn't raise any issues, but the ministry says it is still reviewing the footage and, due to an ongoing investigation, could not comment further. I tāmaki makoro mō te hōtaka o te ahia hinei, ko Eva Corlett tēnei.